The next step that we want to do is we want to map out the new hire journey. So think about it. How many of you in here are leading a sales team or a recruiting team? And how many of you are owners, co-owners, just so I can kind of get a sense? And then how many of you are individual contributors, sales reps or recruiters? So a few. All right, so we got a good mix. So most of you probably, whether you're on the sales side or the recruiting side, you've been through this and you know this. But what we're getting at here is you've got to take the time to really map out the journey that a new hire is going to go through when they start selling or recruiting, to understand the pain points, the bottlenecks that are going to trip them up. So this is just a fun little slide that we put together, but just to kind of illustrate the point. Who do I call? So if high-tech staffing company hires me here in Boston, and I go through training and I get my information on Bullhorn and I learn about our service offerings, my next thing is, all right, I'm ready to hit the phone, but I got thousands of companies to call on here in Boston. How do I whittle that list down? What's the best practice? Like, where's the best place to start? I remember working with a client here in Boston, and you know what they were doing with their reps? This is going back several years. They had their new reps going through the database. Yeah, just start with the A's and go in chronological order. I think there's a little bit more of an efficient way to give them a little bit better direction so that we can have success quicker rather than just starting with the A's. Who do I call? What do I say? Oh, well, gee, you shadowed Tim last week, so just say what Tim says. Well, gee, I didn't write everything down, and I didn't know really what was important or not important. So we want to map out all of the bottlenecks, that are stumbling blocks, I should say, that a rep or recruiter is going to hit. And this is now going to give you insight to say, wow, this is what my rep and my recruiter is really going to need to get trained on. You guys, you know, it may be starting to become clear. This requires us getting way down into the details.